Hi.
Hi there. Hi, I'm
How are
Kevin
you?
Gross, and I'm
Hi,
the
Kevin.
coordinator of communications, and I'm serving here as the media coordinator for the conference from the Climate Change Secretary. I'm very pleased to meet
Okay,
you. I need to
great.
attend
Pleased
to
to meet
you
you too.
first. People
Sorry?
in London are getting a privileged
Yeah, right.
attention.
Okay.
I just didn't want that
Okay,
you
yeah.
felt lonely. It's kind
No,
of
I'm
weird to
fine.
be sitting all by yourself looking out at a bunch of people on another continent.
Quite interesting though, because I'm in London. It's cold. Seems that quite hot there. I'm happy to be part of this,
Oh,
event
so you can
somewhat.
feel the warmth.
Right. Kind of.
Okay, everybody say hello to Olivier. Thank you. No, it's a great pleasure to have you join us today. Um, Olivier is from Carbon Clear, one of the sponsors. So anyway, let me get going. I'm Kevin Gross. I'm the media coordinator for the conference, and my normal job is being a coordinator of communications and knowledge management at the Climate Change Secretariat in Bonn, Germany. So the purpose of our little event this evening is to say thank you to a lot of people who have made possible the annual Rio Conventions Calendar. So surrounding you, behind you, and on the side of you are the artworks from this calendar, which this year is looking very specially at sustainable development. As many of you will have read in the press and television reports, next year in June, the Brazilian government is hosting Rio Plus 20. And this conference will commemorate the 20th anniversary of the Earth Summit held in 1992. And it looks forward to what needs to happen in the future from 2012 going forward to transform the world into one that lives sustainably. And so I'll use the 1992 peg to call my colleagues. Since in 1992, the world took the decision to take very seriously three very particular topics. Climate change was one of those, with the Framework Convention on Climate Change, but also were the two other conventions. So I want my colleagues to speak about those. So we have the 1992 event dealing with climate change, but we also have
the convention to combat desertification.
and
Luc Martin from Metro Retailer.
that, oh, I'm mixing you up.
Okay.
But
I
you're
leave.
okay.
I leave.
No, not at all. No, you come back, because I've got to get the rest of you up here too. It's the Biodiversity Convention. We don't have anybody from biodiversity? Nobody. I've been left alone. Oh, well, that's okay. I'm glad. The certification is well represented. So the two of us are going to have to do this. Okay. So anyway, tonight we're looking at a product. Can you get that? Oh, there we go. Which is the calendar. Olivier, recognize it? Good.
All right. Nice one.
And the calendar has a number of sponsors. So this evening we want to acknowledge each of the sponsors and offer our sincere thanks for their support. And we'd also like to allow them to say a few words. So you can hold the product. Okay. So who goes first?
Sergio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're going to go first.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Kevin, and yes, please, you hold it for me now. It is indeed a pleasure for me to be here at this 10th edition. You forgot to mention that this is the 10th edition of the Rio Conventions Calendar. Yes, it's right. It started in 2002, 2003, with the selection, classification of 12 pictures. And since then, 120 pictures have been into this calendar with a team effort, lots of effort to produce these annual calendars that symbolize the coordinated approach of the three conventions and the synergistic spirit that these conventions have. And each year, in the last 10 years, this calendar has represented a theme. And as Kevin mentioned, sustainable development being next year, the birthday number 20 of the Rio Conventions. It is our birthday, the birthday of our conventions. And we are going to celebrate this looking forward to the next 20 years. But it is also important to consider that this calendar must not only be stopped there in what the calendar is and the beautiful pictures and the suggestive renditions and suggestive pictures, but also how can whatever we put in the calendar can be implemented at the national and the local level. This is the most important thing for this synergistic and coordinated approach. But as I said, for me, it's a big pleasure to be here 10 years after, and I hope to be in the next 10 years as well. Thank you, Kevin.
Okay. Now I can go to the sponsors. Hans. So I allow you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, for me it's as well a pleasure and a great honor to be with you and to be a sponsor of this calendar, because this calendar as a whole is supporting our activities in Metro Group for sustainability. Who is Metro Group? Metro Group is a retailer, one of the largest retailers in the world. 280,000 people are working with us. They gained a turnover in 2010 of 67 billion euro, and we are working in 33 countries. Next year we are starting as well in Indonesia. It will be the 34th country. And sustainability is a big chunk of our work since a couple of years. We have an own sustainability board, and we were one of the first retailer who stated that they want to reduce their carbon footprint by 15% till 2015. Now, 4 years halfway gone, we know that we are on a good track and that we will reach our goal. And this engagement was reflected as well in the Carbon Disclosure Project, where we were elected or scored as one of the best companies in the world. We reached the global carbon disclosure leadership initiative, the 500 most active companies, and just a few companies are ahead of us up to now. But we're working on this to be better, and I hope I can manage this now. What are we doing? Sustainability in a retail sector is not just one point of view. We have to think about the two big challenges of this century. That is food security, how we can feed the world, how we can feed 9 billion people tomorrow, and how we have to manage it. And here we have to select sustainable consumption and your vision on agriculture. But we know that food security and sustainable production is very much linked with the climate. And we have to understand what is the influence of the climate on the agriculture sector. And we have to understand the other way around, what is the impact of the agriculture sector on the climate. And here we have to work on, but we have to look what is necessary to do and who is responsible for this. And the third level is the ocean. We need animal protein for this world population. And we know land-grown protein will not solve the problem. We have to think about fish. And here we have to see that a lot of influences are threatening the habitat of the fishes. Fukushima is one, Deepwater Horizon is another one. The oil, the transport companies and the agriculture sector, but the tourism as well. And here we're starting our project now together with the World Economic Forum to link these three activities together and to have an integrated sustainability approach. And that is the goal we are striking for. And once we're coming back, this calendar is representing in 12 months this picture. And that was the goal that we stepped in and supported when we were asked for this. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Hans. Because then I would move to Osvaldo.
Hi. So thank you very much to everybody here. I'm very glad to be at this convention. I would like to start first talking about our company. Our company is a national oil company in Ecuador. So we are in charge of important oil exploration and production developments in the Amazonian jungle in the east part of our country. So we are very happy to be here for have been considered included in this calendar. We think this is an important recognition for our company and the Ecuadorian government for the efforts that we are doing in developing projects with a very high standards of environmental, energy efficiency, and community relations issues. So we think that most of the messages included in this calendar reflects the philosophy of how Petroamazonas is working in such a sensible environment in the Oriente jungle, Amazonian jungle of the Ecuador. So we expect that this convention has a successful ending next Friday, expecting that most of the countries are committed and continue with this important climate change commitment. Of course, the Ecuadorian government is here supporting the convention also. Petroamazonas is also glad to be supported by our government and be present in this convention. At the end, I would like to say that the environment, energy efficiency, and community relations are our commitment and our priority in the development of our projects in Ecuador. Thank you very much.
Okay. Maybe if I could turn to Olivier to see if he wants to say anything. Olivier is the carbon project manager at Carbon Clear, and his task in this project was ensuring that our product was CO2 neutral. So maybe he'd like to say a little bit about the work that he does and the contribution that was made.
Right. Thank you very much. Thank you for allowing me to be part of this great event. I would like to say a few words about Carbon Clear to start with. Carbon Clear has been set up in 2004, and we're now a leading carbon management company taking care of or providing advisory services and carbon offsetting for company worldwide, with offices in Turkey, India, but also in Spain and in France. We are headquartered in London. We are member of the International Carbon Reduction and Offsetting Alliance, and we provide carbon offsetting assessment and carbon footprint assessment and offsetting. That's what we've done for this calendar, offering first the carbon footprint assessment with the public available specification 2050, taking into account three aspects of or three sources of carbon emission of this calendar. First, the production of the raw material used for this calendar. 20,000 of them will be produced. Second, taking into account the emission linked to the production process, mainly electricity consumption. And third, the transportation of these calendars in to different area in the world through plane. Some calendar were sent to South Africa, Germany, South Korea, Canada, and Europe. So in total, the production of this calendar has emitted 255 tons of equivalent carbon dioxide, and we've chosen to offset these emissions with a particular project that we've chosen, which is based in Thailand, and which is the implementation of an Arabic wastewater treatment system for cassava production factory. So not only the methane is not emitted into the atmosphere, but captured. Also, the methane is used to produce heat and electricity that is directly used on the site. So there are two sources of greenhouse gas emission that we avoid with this project. Also, this project involves a wide range of social and environmental benefits, and this is because we also share the same goal and purpose than the calendar that you've seen. So we have not only considerable greenhouse gas emission reduction, but also protection of groundwater resources, a reduction of smells and nuisance associated with the open lagoon system that was implemented before. This project employed 22 people, and this allows the project to reduce the cassava production cost also. So this is a pioneer project that we've purchased the voluntary carbon units from, and this is a pioneer project open to public, and that can be visited by anywhere in Thailand to act as an example. So we are glad to offer these services for this calendar we share the value with, and also the offsetting of this calendar.
Thank you. Okay. So I'd like to say thank you again to our sponsors. Thank you to Olivier for his company's contribution. And also thanks to the Cisco colleagues who have organized for this telepresence session on really, really short notice. So I'm very grateful for that addition. So with that, I would conclude, but I would first see if there are any questions or comments that people would like to make. Okay, then thank you very much. Thank you, Olivier.
Thank you very much.